Hi, I'm Brian Elliott. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Brand. Today I'm here with author, entrepreneur, thought leader Seth Godin. Seth, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brian.
Let's talk about rejection.
Okay.
A lot of people get stuck here. You know, we touched a little bit on shame, but give some pointers, give some tips about how people can look past the rejection, past the critic. I love in the book you talk about how to handle the criticisms and how to handle shame. And you say basically that the words of the critic belong to the critic. And shame, it can only stick to you if you accept it, right? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I want to start with a small public service announcement for anyone who's a jerk.
Okay.
Which is, some people take some of this learning and use it to become a jerk. That they're going to singles bars and propositioning every person they meet. That they are walking up to people everywhere they go and handing them a business card to sell them their thing that they don't need. And they think that that is the path to becoming a great salesperson.
Because it's about numbers. It's a law of attrition, right?
And they think that they're being rejected. Well, in fact, they're not being rejected. A jerk is being rejected because they're not actually even present. They're just putting up this facade. Anytime someone sends me a note and I politely decline, they write back, well, it doesn't hurt to ask. Well, actually, it does hurt to ask. It hurts to ask because I won't view you the same way next time. And it hurts to ask because you didn't take the time to earn the privilege to ask. And It hurts to ask because if you had gotten a yes by asking for something else, it would have been easier to get a yes for the next thing next time. So this idea that you should just go around getting rejected for fun, kicks, because it's pretending that you're doing your work, I'm not buying that. But now to answer your question. One of the things I learned, for about 8 years I was close to bankruptcy when I was building my book business. And in my first year I got 800 rejection letters in a row, 900 rejection letters in a row. And it would have been really easy to give up. There wasn't a lot of support for what I was doing in the house or out of the house, and it wasn't working.
Is there a line drawn in the sand, like, okay, we're going to give it this much time and then go get out and get a real job?
Yeah. I mean, I had my own line, which is if I ran out of money, I was done. And it kept getting closer and closer to running out of money, dancing right on that edge for a really long time. And I got very good at bootstrapping, very good at playing it so that I wasn't going to run out of money. Because in my head, still to this day, I get to do this thing I love until I run out of money.
Yeah.
So I'm,
And then what? You have to go get a real job?
You have to go get a job as a bank teller.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the symbol for me of the worst possible outcome would be a bank teller, because I'm not strong enough to dig ditches, but it would have been like being in prison for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what I came to understand is that the right kind of no isn't a no, it's a I learned what doesn't work, or no for now. What it meant to me was the person who I had described my project to either was the wrong person, or given their worldview, didn't hear what I was saying the way I was saying it.
Yeah.
Because I could prove these were good ideas. And some of them, by other people, went on to make millions of dollars. So I know I was right? But that didn't matter. What mattered was they didn't think I was right. And that was it's that transference of belief that's so critical. So this idea, and we had a database. At one point I had 9 people in my book group. And we had a database in FileMaker Pro. And if something got rejected, there was a thing for yes, and this is when the book is due, or no for now.
Right.
There was no field for no. Just no for now or yes. And we never became obnoxious. We didn't call them back a week later to remind them. If we had a news story to tell them about a project, we could go back to them.
Right.
And that idea of the news story becomes critical when you think about rejection. They didn't reject you. They rejected your story. They rejected the way they believed your story.
Right.
So if you go back and do a lot of hard work and bring in the more proof, more testimonials, more this, whatever it is that matches the way they think about the world, you have every right to go back to them and say, based on what I learned from you, we changed it. What do you think of this story?
Yeah.